Come on, ring. Get that ring. Just like Toronto.
Are you going to be performing for us?
I step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Yes, it is indeed. You beautiful early risers. Welcome to it. It's just gone 7 o'clock on this Friday morning, and it is your feel-good breakfast show. We're live, large, and in charge. My name is Katla Kamaboe.
And I'm Tabiso Makubela. Welcome to it, your feel-good breakfast show. So good to have you guys here. The Friday edition of the show. Now, we've asked you at home what you'd like to see more of on Expresso. You have responded. So many responses and answers. One of them was the Friday dance.
Yes.
The famous Expresso Friday dance.
The infamous.
Well, infamous.
Fridays.
Infamous.
Friday
And I'm happy to let you know that due to popular demand, the Expresso Friday dance is now back.
Yeah, we have listened. So stay tuned as we, as the presenters, bring you the very best of our Friday dances. We've worked in some moves. It's taken a bit of time to kind of grease the joints, iron out the chinks.
I need some more practice time. I need some more practice
This is Uncle Tabsy's go-to move.
But we use all the ad breaks for rehearsals, but stay tuned to that. That's coming through. But do connect with us on Expresso Morning Show, SABC3 on Facebook. It's going to be a roller coaster of a show, and we're glad you are joining us on this. Ladies, good morning.
I wonder if they're ready.
Good morning, you team. Good morning to you, Jamie Lee. Good morning to you, South Africa. I cannot wait for Friday Dance Day. It's been a second to me.
It's been a hot minute. But listen, I watched Abiso practice yesterday. Guys, you're in for a treat. Get that phones out. It will also be live on our social media platforms.
Yes.
Please just record it because it's going to be a treat for you guys. But of course...
And also, I hope that they are gearing up to join us a little later on. But something special happening on Sunday as well for many out there is that it's Father's Day.
Absolutely. On Sunday is Father's Day. And on our social media page, we're asking you what important lesson have you learned from your father figure in your life. Please let us know on our Facebook and our social media platforms using that all-important hashtag Expresso Show. Both of us come from a single mom, so I didn't grow up with a father, but I grew up with my grandfather, and he just instilled, you know, the values of having faith. So let us know again, let us get that inspiration for this Friday. But right now, we are going to get into those news headlines.
Thank you very much, ladies. Let's take a look at the news headlines on this Friday morning. On the national news front, the 7 men who were arrested for their alleged involvement in the VBS Mutual Bank scandal appeared in the Palm Ridge Regional Court yesterday. Magistrate Brian Nemabidi granted Chifiwe Matodzi, Andilera Mapfunga, Popi Mukhodobwane, Sipho Malaba, Abashoni Ramikosi, Ernest Nesani and Paul Magula bail of 100,000 rand each. The 8th suspect has been identified as Philip Truter. Now, the suspects stand accused of a raft of 47 charges, including racketeering, money laundering, theft, fraud, and corruption. The VBS Bank suffered losses of almost 2.3 billion rand. Now, the National Commissioner of the South African Police Service, Kehla Sithole, yesterday visited a private game farm in a quiet rural area outside Marble Hall in Limpopo, following the discovery of a multi-million rand drug lab. Now, police earlier confiscated drugs, illegal firearms and ammunition with an estimated value of 10 million rand. 2 foreign nationals have been arrested, and a manhunt is on now for an unknown number of suspects. This has been launched. Now, the owners of the farm purchased the property a few months ago in a multi-million rand cash exchange. In other news, the Nelson Mandela Foundation has announced that the 18th Nelson Mandela Annual Lecture will be delivered by the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres on the 18th of July. The theme for this year's lecture will be Tackling the Inequality Pandemic, a New Social Contract for a New Era. The lecture will be hosted virtually live from the Nelson Mandela Foundation in Johannesburg and the United Nations in New York City. It'll be streamed live on the Foundation's website and on UN platforms, on television networks, and also on radio. Taking a look at international headlines this morning, China will cancel interest-free loans to African countries that are due to mature by the end of 2020, President Xi Jinping announced yesterday. He told a China-Africa summit on COVID-19 that African nations hardest hit by the pandemic will be granted an extension of the period of debt suspension. He also said African countries will be among the first to benefit from a Chinese-made vaccine. He added that China will continue building hospitals across Africa and will construct the headquarters of the Center for Disease Control in Ethiopia's capital, Addis Ababa. And now news of a Congolese fashion designer debuting her fashion line. US-based Congolese fashion designer Hanifa Mvwemba was excited about debuting her fashion line Hanifa at this year's New York Fashion Week. But when the show was cancelled because of COVID-19, she had to think innovative to still show off her latest collection called Pink Label Congo. Now, the result was a 3D animated virtual event that was watched by thousands of people who streamed it on her Hanifa Instagram live page. Mvwemba said they never thought it was going to blow up the way that it did. She said she was using 3D animation months before the pandemic to design her pieces. But the virtual show required much more work, including transforming each garment into a 3D image and using the body of an avatar to tailor the item with precise measurements. She also made use of the opportunity to showcase her native country as a mini documentary about it was shown just at the start of the show. The innovation behind Mvwemba's latest fashion show is telling of the strange times we now find ourselves in and paves the way for all to adapt to this new world. And finally, taking a glimpse into the world of entertainment, the life of the People's Princess, Lady Diana Spencer, has fascinated many for decades, and American actress Kristen Stewart will be the latest to portray her in the upcoming film Spencer. With production set to begin in 2021, the film's narrative will unfold over 3 days in the early 90s as Princess Diana escapes to Norfolk in England for Christmas and finds herself questioning her marriage to Prince Charles and her place in line to become the Queen. Chilean filmmaker Pablo Larraín will direct, with his previous effort, Jackie, another biopic with the wife of John F. Kennedy, Jacqueline Onassis, at the center, turning in an Oscar-nominated performance from Natalie Portman. Now, speaking on his decision to cast Kristen, Pablo said, "To do this well, you need something very important in film, which is mystery. Kristen can be many things. I think she's going to be something stunning and intriguing at the same time." Well, that's it for the news at 7 o'clock. We'll have another report for you at 8. Right now, here's a first look at the weather with Kutle.
A very good morning to you all, Ndiathemba Nyapila, on this fine Friday morning. My favorite part of the morning is getting to see how you wake up in your part of the country with the morning pictures you send us, such as this sunrise picture sent in by Usimpiwe Mushwana in Pretoria North. Pretoria starts off the day with a low of 3, reaching a high of 17. Now we're taking it down to the Western Cape in Knysna with a special image sent in by Bronwyn Cedrus of a mountain blanketed by snow in Knysna. How majestic is that sight? Right? Knysna, your temperatures of the day for the day range from 11, reaching a high of 25 degrees. Thank you, Simpiwe and Bronwyn, for sending in your sunrise pictures. I hope that you have an awesome Friday morning. Now let's get into the temperatures for the rest of the country. It seems as though it's going to be a fine day across South Africa as the South African Weather Service states that the weather will see an upturn with warm and cool conditions in most parts of the country. Starting off with mostly clear skies in Polokwane with a low of 5 degrees, reaching a high of 18. Bombela, 7:20 are your temperatures for the day. It's a partly cloudy day in Pretoria as well with a maximum of 17, with a minimum of 3 degrees. Johannesburg, Jozi Maboneng, 1 is your lowest temperature, reaching a high of 15. Mahikeng, 2:18, clear and chilly day for Klerksdorp at a minimum of 0, reaching a high of 15. Kimberley, 3:18. Bloemfontein starts off at -2 today, reaching a high of 17. Richards Bay, 12:21. And Pietermaritzburg, it's a sunny day with a low of 7, reaching a high of 20. Durban, 12:21 are your temperatures for the day, down to the Eastern Cape's Qalem Tata with a minimum of 3, reaching a high of 22. In Monty, East London, it's a sunny day with a maximum temperature of 24 and a minimum of 13. Cradock, your low is 2, reaching a high of 21. Now the friendly city, Port Elizabeth, starts off with a low of 13, reaching a high of 26. George, 12:26. Sutherland, Fort 17, and Cape Town at a low of 14, reaching a high of 22. Worcester, your maximum for the day is 24, but starts off at 10, and Uppington with a minimum of 8, reaching a high of 24. Now, before I let you go, tomorrow is going to be a special day. Tomorrow, at precisely 17 minutes before midnight, sees the June solstice in the southern hemisphere, meaning the sun is directly over the Tropic of Cancer in the northern hemisphere. That is when we experience the shortest day and the longest night of the year in the southern hemisphere. Something special, if you ask me. Now, this year, a rare type of solar eclipse will coincide with the shortest day of the year, and you will see the sun, moon, and earth align, creating a spectacular effect called a solstice ring of fire eclipse. This will see a bright ring of sunlight around the moon. It will occur only twice a century, this year and on June 21, 2039. Unfortunately, we won't be able to see it in South Africa, but be sure to catch it live online and also capture the experience, and make sure to tag us in it. Now, on that feel-good note, whichever part of the country you're in, whatever the weather, make sure to have yourselves a feel-good kind of day.
Well, you're up for a feel-good kind of day. Welcome to Expresso. So it is a Friday morning. Before we get anything, anything more underway, time for us to get some inspiration from someone who said something really quite profound in our times. And with Father's Day around the corner, I mean, it's happening tomorrow is Father's Day, and Sunday. This weekend is Father's Day weekend. The words of wisdom that we're getting this morning are all about fatherhood, and they have been inspired by Jim Henson, who was the puppeteer mastermind behind the beloved characters from The Muppets. Remember The Muppets?
Yes.
Miss Piggy and Kermit. I know that a lot of us spent a lot of our childhood just laughing at and with those characters. This is what he had to say. He said,
"The attitude you have as a parent is what your kids will learn from more than what you tell them. They don't remember what you try to teach them. They remember what you are."
I love it. I think this speaks to me, because I always say that my father is exactly that person, that it's not about what he says, that the way that he teaches me anything, and me and my sister, it's not about what he says, it's how he acts it out, and we learn from that. Jim Henson, thank you so much for that. Take those words of inspiration on this beautiful Father's Day Friday and run with them. Cheers.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
This is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, on SABC3. Now, Springbok Sevens player Justin Geduld has many roles when he's on the field representing his country. He's a fly-half, he's a playmaker, a speedster, and last year took a whole new role off the field when he and his girlfriend Maimuna Isaacs welcomed their baby girl, Nia. And on Sunday, Justin will be celebrating his very first Father's Day, a very special day in any new dad's life. And even more special is the fact that Nia will be turning 1 next week. And so we are very, very lucky right now to have the opportunity to catch up with Justin, who's sharing a bit more about his fatherhood journey and what life has been like in lockdown. Justin, it's great to see you. Thanks so much for making the time available to chat. I'm sure that taking time off your schedule right now as a dad must have been something. So thank you very much for that.
It's a pleasure, man. Anytime.
So tell me about how you've been coping with life without sports during this time. How's that been for you?
It's been very tough. Been trying to keep myself fit, trying to keep myself busy at home with some homemade equipment and stuff like that. And but the little one is keeping me busy, keeps the time running. So yeah, it's also nice to be home with her, seeing her grow up so fast. So yeah, I think that has made it a lot easier for me. But it's been tough without sport. Being on the field is something else. So yeah, I really miss it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that running around your little one has pretty much been like running shuttles all afternoon out in the field. So fitness-wise, you're all sorted, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely, and it's getting busier and busier, or she's getting busier and busier.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about little Nia, who was born last year. I want you, if you can, maybe just take me back to that first moment when you laid eyes on her. I mean, I remember from a personal experience, laying eyes on my son was one of the most incredible and it's a moment you could never repeat ever again. What was that like for you?
It's a moment you can't describe. Like the first sounds we made, she cried, and then me and Maimuna both burst into tears. So I think that was a very special moment, just to hear her cry, just to know that she's alive and well. So that is, I think that's a moment, you can't describe. You have to experience it yourself.
Now, I mean, you'll be celebrating your very first Father's Day this weekend, and next week your little baby girl will be celebrating her first birthday. Very special time. Talk to me a bit about her personality as you've been seeing her developing and growing every day. Are you seeing any similarities between you and her at all?
I think she's more very much like her mother, but she's, like they said, she's very active. So from crawling to walking to even running now, she definitely has some, how can I say, sporting in her.
Yeah.
So maybe an athlete, but not a rugby player.
Oh, you never know. Talk to me a bit about the kind of stuff that you enjoy doing with your daughter, especially now having the time to spend with her. What do you like to do with her?
Obviously, because it's lockdown, you can't really go outside much with her. So I like to play with her on the floor, play with her with her toys. I like to bath her because she likes the water. So bathing her and then letting her play in the water and making her laugh a bit. I think that's probably the best we can do at the moment, because we can't go outside and take her for a walk and ride with her. So yeah, I think I just enjoy the fact that I'm at home, getting to see her grow up and stuff like that.
Oh man, it's the kind of stuff that puts a smile on your face all day long. And I think, did I hear her in the background a little bit there? So listen, I want to talk about the lessons of fatherhood that you've learned that you'd like to maybe share with other new dads out there. What have you learned about fatherhood?
Firstly, I think patience. Sometimes they cry and you don't even know why. It can make you upset, but I think you need to learn to have that patience to try and figure out what is wrong with them. And the other one is you have to learn to change diapers. Sooner rather than later, because you're gonna have to do it. Enjoy every moment. That's one of the lessons I can give them.
I couldn't agree more with you. Congratulations, and make beautiful memories while we're at it. And now if we can turn our attention to rugby just for a little bit. I think possibly the biggest news coming from the Blitzbok camp during this time has been the retirement of veteran player Cecil Africa. And he's, among other things, a legend in the sport. He made such a great impact. And so what do you make of the massive loss of Cecil Africa to not just the Blitzbok family and the squad, but to the sport itself in his retirement?
Yes, definitely. Like you said, it's a massive loss to to rugby in general, but also massive loss to our system. I think Soso was a mentor to every player who's coming to the system. Even myself, even though I am a senior player alongside him, I've always would go to him for advice. If I'm not sure about something, I would always go to him and ask him, listen, what do I do in this situation? Or if I've done something wrong, I would go to him and say, listen, what could I have done better? So yeah, it's really a massive loss to the system and to the guys who he's been inspiring all these years, you know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the legacy that he leaves behind will be very well taken care of by the rest of the boys in the Blitzbock family. Justin, thanks so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. It's always such a great pleasure to catch up with our Blitzbock family, so we really appreciate your time, man.
It's been a pleasure, man. Thank you so much for having me.
Our thanks to Justin Gedeelte over there, and we certainly are hoping that he has an incredible first Father's Day on Sunday, and we hope that little Nia will enjoy her birthday as well on Tuesday. And regards, of course, to Maimuna and the pair of them doing a fantastic job raising their beautiful little girl.
Well, it is Father's Day weekend indeed, and the celebration here on your Feel Good Breakfast show starts today, because Father's Day is an occasion where we get to celebrate the male icons in our lives, the father figures, the dads, the fathers, the bas. It also affords us the chance to give something back to these special men. And what better gift than a hearty and healthy meal? Well, introducing the Be Well Boosting Beef Korma. Aside from obviously being a flavor bomb, and you will see why I say it's a flavor bomb, it's loaded with protein, vitamin A, C, and of course you can pick your jaw up from the floor and watch closely now, because Nicole Snelling is about to show us how to make it. Good morning, Nikki.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Good, good. How are you?
Very, very good. This is the perfect meal.
Is it?
Well,
in
the
what
way to a
What-
man's heart, we know that, is a good meal.
It's a
And
good
this one
meal.
is just on another level.
It is. I'm making a korma.
Yeah.
It's something that also reminds me so much of my dad. He always wants me to make curry. I don't know why, but like he absolutely loves my curry. So
There's
I thought this would be a
something-
perfect opportunity.
Yeah, but I think it's because there's something so loving and so warm about a curry. You can never get it wrong, you know what I mean?
It is, and it's also something that you can make well in advance. And so a curry also develops so much in flavor. They say like it's always better the next day. It really is, because those spices and everything just gets to marry each other and just like be a flavor explosion.
They become one.
They become
to create this flavor bomb that we speak of. Okay, so what
Exactly.
are our ingredients, Nicole
So
Snelling?
our ingredients are, I've got a little bit of onion in here. I've got 1.5. This is actually half a recipe. So that is the one half, this is the other. So you can see it makes quite a big amount. So if you want to make a full amount, it freezes really beautifully as well.
Yeah. Well,
So-
if you want to get your hands on the recipe as well, you can go onto our website, expressoshow.com. We've got the recipe there. You'll see we've listed all the different ingredients that you're going to need.
Exactly. So I've got my onions browning in here. You can see there's like a little bit of like a charry bits in here, and the onions are very browner than you expected. That's because I've browned off my meat before the time.
How did you do that?
Again, with my Be Well oil.
Okay.
I added my beef chunks in there, browned it off, and took it out. That's exactly what I did here.
Okay, of course.
So now it's about using the one pan and pots that you're building all those flavors. To do it separately, you're going to lose that beautiful beef flavor that you've built up into your pan.
Yeah, but you also want the experience. I think there's something about interacting with that one pot where all of this creation is going to come out of, instead of having multiple pots. In fact, if you're making a korma out of 7 pots, that might take a fortnight to do.
Okay, so I've
What are
got
you
some
getting in
garlic in here, just
yes.
some chopped garlic, and then ginger. I feel like that's a good base for any curry. You've got
course.
garlic, ginger, and onion. You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Then we've got some cumin and coriander, always little best friends that go together. And what I like about this one is a little bit interesting, very fragrant, is cardamom.
It's such an underrated sort of herb/spice, hey?
It is, but it's also something that mustn't be overestimated because it's very strong.
Oh,
So
so you have to be very careful. You have to measure yourself
Yes.
when you do that.
Yeah, and also what I like about the ground cardamom, there's nothing worse than biting into those green cardamom pods. It's very, very strong and overpowering.
Yeah. Yeah,
got a
and
little-
they do sometimes sort of get stuck between your teeth. That's not pleasant. Yeah.
You don't want to be checking your dad picking his teeth on Father's
The
Day.
whole
do you?
day, no. Because, I mean, that's going to ruin all the pictures, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Come on, Dad.
So I've got a little bit of chili powder in there as well. Then you're going to add your beef back to the pot.
Yeah.
You want all those beautiful juices and everything
Oh,
in there.
I can
as well.
smell the flavor
spices. Can you
of
smell
all
it?
these spices coming together, just mixing up there.
So then I've got some tomato puree. I
Yeah.
didn't have tomato puree in the storeroom, but what I did was had whole tomatoes.
Yeah?
Blitzed it up,
Yes.
done.
So it does have to be puree.
Pureed.
Okay,
You can cook it whole here as well. It just depends on your texture. So you can,
Yeah,
Yes?
yeah. Tell me.
Okay,
Depends on the texture. Yeah, tell me.
let me carry on here,
Yeah,
Tabiso.
yeah.
It will be a very quick step. So I just want to let you guys know. So you just do 2 to 3 hours. Let it slowly cook. That's what's going to get that beautiful texture.
At what heat?
A
I mean, I
medium
guess
heat.
medium heat, yeah? Okay,
Medium
I see.
heat. And then what makes your korma that super creamy and like velvety texture is
Yeah.
you've got your yogurt,
Yeah.
you're gonna add your aubergines, you're gonna add your mushrooms,
Yeah.
your sweet potato, and you're gonna cook it for another 10 minutes with a little bit of your B-well, and that's it.
Well, you know, a friend of mine and a friend of the show, Majosi. You know Majosi?
Yes, such a sweet guy.
Loves curry. If you go on his Instagram, at least once a month, there's like 3 posts of like him having different types of curry. We're going to be catching up with him on the
amazing.
show a bit later on, so it'd be cool to hear if he's going to be making this for himself this weekend and what he thinks of our creation over here. But you know what I like about what you've done here, Nicole, today, is that striking the balance between hearty and healthy isn't always easy, but you're a genius. You are smart, Nicole. And do you know why I say that? Because when you put that Be Well, I knew you were onto something because it's endorsed by the Heart and Stroke Foundation of South Africa.
100% right. That was my intention all along.
Well, the dads are
Figured
going
me
to
out.
love this, and they're not here. Well, Katleho is here, but I'm a father figure, and I'm going to try this, and
Are
I'll
you
tell
my
you what I
daddy?
think. No, goodness. But please go onto our website, www.expressoshow.com, and be inspired with this Father's Day. Be well. What is this korma that we have made?
Korma.
It's so yum. I love you, Nicole. Thank you.
I love you.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. This is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on SABC3. We're live, large and in charge on this Friday morning as we look ahead to another weekend of incredible sporting matchups that is upon us. Super Rugby Aotearoa will be continuing this weekend with round 2 of action where defending Super Rugby champions, the Crusaders, will be making their debut. And we'll also be taking a look at what we can expect from the English Premier League as well as La Liga with sports writer Carl Lewis, who joins us this morning. A very good morning to you, my brother. Great to see you. We're back at it again with the sports. Happy Father's Day weekend to you.
Thank you. And to you. Good to be back.
Thanks so much, man. All right, so let's get right into the action. Of course, all the powerhouses of New Zealand rugby will be at it again in round 2. We've got the Hurricanes taking on the Crusaders and the Chiefs taking on the Blues this weekend. What do you make of those fixtures? Which one are you looking forward to the most?
Well, the first thing I have to say is the feeling around this rugby is just a massive celebration of New Zealand as a country. It's so much bigger than rugby, it seems. I mean, they're getting record crowds.
Yeah.
I think in Auckland, they got their record crowd over 43,000 for the first time in 15 years. So, first of all, it's an amazing tournament. You can see that. But for the first matchup, the Chiefs and the Blues, I know the Chiefs are the favourites because the Blues kind of struggle away from home. But the Blues have been really resurgent this year, and there's something very exciting, especially with them obviously having Bowden Barrett and Dan Carter, who will probably only come off on the bench. And then on Sunday, you have the Hurricanes versus the Crusaders. The first time we get to see the Crusaders, who obviously are the favourites, as usual. And I'll struggle to see the Hurricanes actually beating the Crusaders. So I think the Crusaders will be the team to beat, as usual for this tournament. And I'll say they'll win on Sunday and the Blues will win on Saturday.
Yeah, well, it's going to be an exciting weekend indeed with Super Rugby Aotearoa. I mean, just even that name makes you excited to watch the games. But if we go on over now to taking a look at the English Premier League, which returned on Wednesday, some lovely matchups to look forward to, especially tonight with Tottenham taking on Manchester United among those games. And, of course, a plethora of other fixtures coming up on Saturday and Sunday. What are some of the key points that you're looking forward to this weekend?
Well, obviously, Jose Mourinho up against his former club, Manchester United. I think that's such a lovely fixture on a Friday night. To be honest, I'm very excited for it. Because before the COVID-19 enforced break, I think Man United were also kind of on the up, you know. There was a different feeling around, a sentiment around the United side, and I feel like they were finally finding their feet this season. So it'll be an interesting clash tonight. And then, obviously, the champions to be, Liverpool, in a Merseyside derby on Sunday. I think that's also a big fixture to look out for. Obviously, they won't win the league this week, but I think in the next 2 weeks, they should do it at their home ground as well. So, yeah, I think those are the key points for the weekend.
Who do you see taking tonight's fixture? Harry Kane is in the starting lineup, so is Son Heung-min for Tottenham Hotspur. But of course, Marcus Rashford has been making all kinds of headlines this past week as well. He's kind of given United a bit of a shimmer, shine, gleam with the wonderful work that he's been doing off the pitch as well. But as far as the game is concerned, who do you see taking that one?
I think it will be a sluggish affair. Obviously, it's their first game back, but I think it will be a 1-1 draw tonight.
Oof, 1-1 draw. Nobody's ever hoping for that kind of thing, man. And then, of course, yeah, like you said, the Merseyside derby is going to be a ripper either way. I think everyone is just very keen to see what Liverpool looks like now post the 3-month-long break. You know, are they still that team? Are they still that juggernaut that's just pushing ahead? All right, if we go ahead and look at La Liga, of course, Barcelona still at the top. Real Madrid might have just lessened the gap a little bit over there, but some great fixes also to look forward to there as well. What are you looking forward to this weekend?
Well, I think the Real Madrid, they won 3-0 last night against Valencia. I think that's obviously a massive result considering they're only 2 points behind Barcelona. And the weird thing is both Barcelona and Real Madrid have not been at their best this season, but with a consequence of that could be a very thrilling title race, which is sometimes not the case. There's usually a runaway winner, so for them fighting neck and neck, I think it's a really exciting La Liga table, and I think people should take note of this league to see where it goes. Although I think favourites would be Barcelona. They play Sevilla tonight, which is another cracker of a game on a Friday night. So there's so many options. After having no sport for 3 months, suddenly there's just like so much sport to watch, so it's quite exciting, I'm not going to lie.
Absolutely, man. I'm looking forward to catching up on the results on Monday morning. But thanks so much, Carl Lewis. It's a pleasure to chat to you once again. Have a wonderful weekend of sport. And of course, you at home, we would love to link up with you on social media, on our Facebook page, on Twitter. Let us know which sporting fixtures you're looking forward to, and maybe even give us some of your score predictions for some of those mouth-watering fixtures coming up this weekend.
Well, from all of that exciting sporting action to what you can look forward to tomorrow. South African professional surfer Jody Smith grew up in Durban, and he started surfing at an early age, tender age of 3, and since then he has established himself as one of the best surfers in the world.
Yeah, indeed, man.
He's gone on to do such amazing things, even qualifying for the Tokyo Olympics, where he will be representing South Africa, which is so exciting. So I don't know if you know this, tomorrow the world celebrates International Surfing Day.
Indeed, sir.
So we thought, let's get in touch with Jody Smith, who's back in the motherland, to find out how he's gearing up for this celebration tomorrow and, of course, for the Olympics. Jody, good morning.
Jody, are you there? Can you hear us, man?
There, here we go.
Oh, wonderful stuff. And great to be chatting to you. And welcome back to the motherland, as Tabisa said, because you were repatriated from the United States. Repatriated, it sounds so hectic, right? But tell us about that experience and how it does feel to be back home, Jody.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Obviously, it feels incredible to be able to be back home now. We were in Hawaii, and then obviously our visa was running out of time, so we applied for an extension, but unfortunately we got denied, myself and my wife, and then we had to get to Washington from Hawaii. So obviously, you know, it's two flights from Hawaii to LA, and then from LA to Washington. And then once we had got on that plane, we landed in Johannesburg. It was 7 hours on the tarmac, not too sure where we were going, like 270 passengers kind of just standing around. And then, luckily at that point, we kind of got split up into 2 different groups, and they shipped us off to our facilities. And then at that point, it was pretty much just kind of try and get testing done as quick as possible. We were fortunate enough to be able to get some private testing, and then once we had got our results back, we submitted it to a doctor on site in our facility, and we were all good, okay to start driving back from Joburg to Cape Town. So it took us about 2 weeks to get from door to door.
Wow.
Sure.
What a process.
Yeah,
what a time.
A time, indeed. I think, Jody, we're all glad that rather unfortunate episode is behind you now. Tomorrow, the world celebrates International Surfing Day. What's the significance of this day? You must be looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for me, I'm definitely going to go for a surf, that's for sure. And, I think just kind of get wet. The conditions won't be the greatest, but it's not necessarily about, how good your surf is. It's just kind of getting out there and enjoying the ocean. I know that, South Africa's been probably the toughest on all the surfers as far as the lockdowns has gone. But, now that it's kind of lifted in a way, I think a lot more people are enjoying the ocean.
Yeah, we've got a community of surfers here in the studio that were nodding ahead as you said that. But also, our captain, Siya Kolisi, celebrated his birthday this week, Jody, and we know that you went surfing with him. I mean, tell us a little bit about that experience, including how good is he?
Yeah, I'm keen to know how good he is.
He's incredible. The day we actually went, it was really rough and kind of big, and it was completely out of his comfort zone. And I could just see in these few moments where he really kind of got into that captaincy role, where he would kind of just accept the situation that he was in when things got a bit hairy, and kind of just went with the flow. And that really showed me that, he's definitely got the right mentality to be able to obviously captain our national team. So, it was really awesome to kind of pick his brain on a few different things, and what an awesome guy, a real treat to be able to spend some time with, and someone I'm glad to call my friend.
What I want to know is, could he stand up on the board?
He could. Like I said, the waves were serious. There was out that's pretty big, and it was not clean conditions. It was kind of choppy and all over the place. And
for what it was, I mean, I was kind of struggling myself, but he definitely he did well.
And not just to make him feel good about himself, but listen, this is the sort of stuff you want to capture on video.
I'll definitely I'll tell you if he was swimming upstream for sure.
I need to get that video footage. But, you know, Jody, while we've got you here, we are celebrating Youth Month in South Africa. Of course, what advice would you give to young surfers who'd like to, you know, make it to the level that you're on of professional surfing?
I think if I could give some advice is just to be true to who you are and just believe in the process. You know, it's a long, hard road. To any sport to get to the top, you've got to be dedicated, you've got to be driven, and just make sure that you're having fun along the way. I think that's one of the most important things. Make sure you're passionate about what you're doing, and I think that's going to show in the results.
Wonderful stuff. Jody, thanks so much for joining us this morning. We really do appreciate you taking the time out to chat and catch up with us. Welcome back. Enjoy the waves that you're about to catch today as well, and have a wonderful weekend, man.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys.
We certainly are all looking forward to watching Jody in action very, very soon once again. And what a delight to be able to just catch up with such an inspiration in South Africa right now.
He's done so well. But listen, as you celebrate International Surfers Day tomorrow, maybe take photos and videos for us tomorrow so that on Monday when we get back here, we can take a look at all of the action. Are you going surfing tomorrow at all?
No, but I know that you're quite the keen surfer. I've seen your wetsuit and your board hanging from the top of your car. You do these things every weekend, isn't it? Right? Come on, Tubbsy, what's going on? Come on.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Expresso right here on SABC3. It's a beautiful Friday morning and it's the perfect day to make a change, because while charity might be an idea that starts from within or at home, it definitely should not end there. So far, Woolworths Full A Bag campaign have managed to raise over 310,000 meals. That is massive. Thank you to the help of the South African public. We've managed to do this, but the drive continues as there are still countless people in need of help.
Absolutely. Now, since the campaign started, the Expresso crew have been nominating each other to not only pledge towards the campaign, but also call on friends, chommies, families, and everybody, the colleagues even, to join in and give back. Now, leading by example is the best way to set the standard and inspire others to join in and support our cause. I think just for as little, as 10 Rand, you can help someone. It doesn't matter how little it is, but just giving back is going to help someone and make such a huge difference in their life.
A massive, massive difference. 10 Rands can provide one person with 3 meals for a day. Now, to fire up our Friday and show you how easily we can lead by example, you know, we've nominated Expresso content producer Dumisa to make a donation to the Woolworths Full A Bag campaign. Over to you, Dumisa. Thank you so much for choosing to do this. Why did you choose to donate?
All right, so I'll start off by saying that I'm donating 100 Rand.
Woo!
And we are going through lockdown. Everyone is going through a bit of a financial struggle. And so we are being encouraged to help give. And we think we have to do it in a grandiose way. But guys, the fact that you can give 10 Rand to feed one person 3 times a day, when the reality for most people is that they go to bed without a meal, even just one meal for a day.
Yes.
So think of 100 Rand as feeding 10 meals for one person or 10 people for one day. And 100 Rand a week by week by week. You can give so much by actually giving so little. It's amazing. Woolies and Gift to the Givers, well done.
We love that.
Cool.
Please show us how easy it is to donate,
Guys,
Dumisa.
done.
Yeah.
So quick.
Are you done already?
Yes, done. And I'm putting in 100 Rand as said, and I will pay it forward 100 Rand week by week. And everyone, all your family, your friends, fathers, give 100 Rand, guys. It's that easy.
Exactly. It's truly that easy, Dumisa.
Remember, if you don't have SnapScan, then you can also use your banking app to scan the QR code on screen right now or visit woolworths.co.za/together we will for more info on how to make an EFT donation. Now, so far, Woolies has managed to raise 923,033 Rand, everybody. That is amazing. And again, thanks to your collective effort, this means that 1,488 bags donated and 312,892 meals out of their 1 million meals goals are being reached. Now, as the stranglehold of lockdown eases further for some, many are still left devastated as a result. So spare a second to think about those who can't look after themselves and their families and help feed our country one meal at a time.
Go on and make a difference. Thank you so much, Dumisa, for that.
Thank you.
We're in the kitchen of deliciousness with none other than Chef Clem. And look at this beautiful masterpiece that we are about to create and inspire you with for the weekend ahead. It's absolutely brilliant. It's a puff tart.
It is?
All kinds of beautiful. It's exotic. You can see it. Tomato, ricotta, some beautiful coriander. We love those kind of flavors coming together. Impressive, and of course, might make your table for this Father's Day celebration this coming weekend.
Absolutely. And the thing is, I mean, this is like a small portion of it. Like, I mean, it's a little tiny thing. But I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh my word, I'd actually make like a big, giant one.
Wow.
But then in my mind, I've got like all my friends and family around the table and we know we're not doing that just yet. So yes, this is the size.
Okay,
this is
good
the size.
stuff.
Make this one. Let's talk about this.
Yes, let's do that. Where do we start?
We started talking about the flavor profile. So we got some tomatoes. Tomatoes go really well with basil. We know that. So hidden underneath is a bit of basil pesto. We're actually going to bake that into the pastry. I mean, think about that. Delicious basil, we normally have it fresh. But when it becomes baked, the flavors intensify a little more. It does mellow out though, but you get that beautiful like basil and the parmesan flavor comes through.
Wow.
You can taste something special's going on there. So I'm using, because it's Father's weekend, I'm using the all butter puff pastry from Woolworths.
Lovely stuff.
This is next level. I mean, look at the rise on that.
That you get on that.
Look at that rise. I mean, let me just hold it up a bit.
Lovely stuff. It's got that elevation that allows you to just cram it full of flavor.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
So let me show you how I did that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got some, it comes with 2 sheets. That's what I was thinking, because it comes with 2 sheets. You can either make 2 individual tarts.
Yes.
Or I'm actually thinking about like joining them together and making the one big one.
The big one, okay.
Up
All
to
right.
you.
Or you can even stack it cake-like, it shows there on the box if you're making a dessert.
One upon another.
What?
Why not?
That's beautiful.
I think that's a good idea. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that. So, super simple. You're gonna pre-bake your pastry. And when you do that, what you wanna do is you kind of wanna guide the pastry.
Oh, okay, yes.
Let it know how to rise.
Oh, okay, yes.
Like our fathers.
Hey, your father is like a beautiful knife, just edging you on.
Okay.
Directing you.
Yes.
In the direction in which you must rise.
Can I get an amen?
Listen.
Amen.
Hey, shout out to the real dads out there. Shout out.
Yeah. Okay, so like I said, just gonna score it.
That looks good. So that's how you do it. So you don't go all the way, just on the surface.
I'm not cutting all the way through. So this is gonna be where I'm loading all my beautiful ingredients in. So just give it another little score just like that.
Oh, that's lovely.
There
That's
we
gonna
go.
make it look. I see what you're doing there.
You see, so by doing this also, I'm stopping this from rising too much. So my sides are gonna rise, and then the inside's gonna be a little flatter. You would brush it with a bit of an egg to give it that golden gloss.
Okay, yes.
Imagine I've done that, I've done that, I've done that.
So that would be for about
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10
in the
minutes.
oven, 180.
180.
Why is that like
You
the
can
secret?
actually 180 for safety.
It's 180 for everything.
For everything.
Okay.
How much you wanna? No, never mind.
Hey! What?
Never mind. Oh, let's deflate, bring it back. Okay, cool. So, like I said, we scored the lines. We just punched that down a little bit in the inside, and I like that we actually added some salt and pepper. We're seasoning all the way.
Lovely.
All the
Okay,
way.
good.
So now we're gonna add that basil flavor, and we're just using beautiful basil pesto. You can make your own if you want.
Ready-made.
Yeah.
You know, the convenience of having it ready-made and
Done.
just in the right kind of proportions of ingredients. No,
You
go
know.
with that.
So just add that basil.
Plus, it looks so professional
It does.
when
it
you
does.
put it together.
So then, with the basil on there, it goes back into the oven for 3 minutes, just to kind of set that basil on there.
Why
Then-
is basil pesto so good?
I don't know. Why is it so good? It's got the nuts in there. It's got the basil in there. It's got the Parmesan cheese in there. It's got the good quality olive oil in there. It's the magic. It's the magic.
Yeah.
Okay, hot pan. I've added some olive oil to it. I'm taking my exotic tomatoes.
Just as they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to blister them. It's gonna be hot, right? It's gonna
Okay.
make a noise. Don't get scared.
Oh, we're good, Dad.
Okay.
We're good.
So we get that in there.
Blister them.
It's gonna start blistering. That happens
There we go, very
instantly.
quickly.
That
Yeah.
Wow, someone's singing. It's singing in there. It happens instantly. Maybe a little bit of flame.
Listen, what are you doing? It's a flambe! Oh my word!
Who sets fire on tomatoes? This guy.
You are a master of your craft, mate.
Okay, and again, yeah, there's a mess that's gonna happen, but I'll clean my own mess.
It's all right, it's all right.
Okay.
Listen, okay, if I'm looking to learn how to do that, because that's very, very impressive. Any chef who can do that in a kitchen makes me go, respect.
Okay.
What is the secret to doing that right?
Okay. Because
it's not by fault.
Yeah.
That wasn't a fluke.
No. You intend to make that happen. So there's moisture and there's oil. We never like the two to mix because we know what happens. It starts a fire.
Yeah,
right?
little fiery
when
dance.
It starts making little vapors on the
can
top.
see the
You can see the
vapors.
vapors. And once you get that vapor, you kind of like put it in contact with the flame, and then
Oh my goodness,
it's-
it's extraordinary to watch. It's
those-
like a scientific experiment that just results in deliciousness.
you
I
should
love
see
it.
me make cereal. Whoa. No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking. We don't do that. We don't do that.
Ah, man.
So beautiful garlic going in there. You can like roughly chop it, make it a little finer. Garlic going in.
Yeah.
Salt going in. Pepper going in.
As you said, we're seasoning all the way.
All the way. A little bit of ricotta for that creaminess. You can use some mozzarella if you want. The ricotta's nice. It's super creamy. Goes so well with all the flavors. Get that on there.
Oh, man.
Give it one last little toss.
Oh, yes. Look at that, Chef Clem.
Bring it in. Get those beautiful tomatoes on your pastry tart. You can halve them if you want, if it's too big.
Man alive.
But it's super quick. This is from beginning to end, under half an hour. Everybody's gonna be happy. You're gonna make a little fire in the kitchen. People are gonna be clapping for you. It's gonna be amazing.
Wow.
A little bit of herbs.
Absolutely well
And you're
done.
done.
Beautiful. And I mean, can you serve it just like that, very quickly, or you just let it rest for a little bit because those
You
tomatoes.
can serve it hot. You can serve it hot, but understandably, have you ever been into a very hot tomato? Wow. Don't do that. So let it chill for like a few minutes. But even at room temperature, this will be a stunner.
Makes your insides
Yeah.
dance. Beautiful stuff. It's delicious, beautiful, and ready for the weekend. Listen, do you have a shout out to the dads out there? Father's Day message, perhaps?
My dad.
Yeah.
See, my dad, there's 3 women in the house, 3 loud women, okay? So my dad has taught me the power of not saying much, but listening. And let your actions be stronger and louder than the words you speak. My dad, that look, the dad look, boom! He'll hit you with that from a 3-kilometer like distance, bah, and you know, in line. And my dad's amazing. Love that man.
Look at that
Fondest
beautiful
memory ever.
Yeah?
Rugby days. Every Saturday morning, pre-season, every morning he's there. We'd cram half a rugby team in our normal 4-door car. He was so
That's
committed.
illegal, you know that, right?
Hey?
That's illegal. You
That
can't.
was then. Why?
Oh, okay.
That was then.
Oh.
But so committed. That's what my dad's about. Like, love him so much.
Loving that picture, loving the memories you're
What was that,
sharing.
the throwback picture? Look at me.
Yeah, that is you.
Someone was probably like dangling food in front of me because you see the look on my face. I'm like, wow.
Young Clem. Beautiful message, man. And I hope that your dad really does know just how much you love and appreciate him so much.
Love him.
And then he should be so, so proud of you, man.
I bought matching shirts for Father's Day.
That's so cool. That is cool. Be proud of that. All right, listen.
I'll send the picture. I'll send the picture.
To all those dads celebrating Father's Day for the first time, yeah, happy Father's Day to you as well. And if you're
And to you.
Hey, and if you're looking to make this lovely treat for your dad this coming Father's Day, you can check it out. The recipe's on our website, expressoshow.com, or that's rather on taste.co.za. That's the right web address. Thank you very much, Chef Clem.
Thank you.
For all the bad jokes, big hugs, and times he's made you smile, get him a little something to say thanks. Since the lockdown, colorful images of rainbows have appeared in windows across the world. The Crazy Store wants you to bring your rainbow artwork in store to fill their windows with hope. And for every rainbow artwork received, you'll get 10% off of your purchase.
Well, that's not all. Plus, a free helium balloon to take home. Now, rainbows are a symbol of hope in many cultures and promises of better times to come. So, go on and unlock the crazy at the Crazy Store.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Happy birthday, a very happy birthday to you.
Oh, welcome back, all you magical people, right here to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's a Friday, the fierce is here, but it's also that time of the day where we wish you, our loyal and love viewers, a very happy birthday. And today you share your special day with the beautiful actress Zoe Saldana, everybody, who turns 42 years old.
42?
Hello, Mama.
Wow.
Of course, her acting career began when she landed her first role as a ballet student in Center Stage, but most people also know Zoe as Neytiri in the Avatar film series. Now, her films Avatar and Avengers Endgame grossed more than, wait for it, $11 billion worldwide, making her the second highest grossing film actress in 2019. That is how you secure the bag.
And live inside that bag.
Phew. Happy birthday, Zoe. And please share your secret on how you stay looking so young and so fly, Mama, because, hello, you are just giving us all the feels. 42 years old, look at that.
She looks so good. But listen, here's someone else who's looking so good on their birthday. 42nd birthday over here as well. It's for Mpumelelo Lali, and it was sent by his wife, Samantha Lali. Take a look at this.
To my husband, Mpumelelo Lali, I just want to wish you a happy birthday. May God grant you all your wishes. May all your dreams come true. May God give you all the desires of your heart. From your wife, Samantha, may you have an amazing day. Just amazing as you are. Enjoy your birthday. Love you. Mwah.
Well, how sweet is that? Okay, so we don't know what he looks like actually at his 42nd, but his wife sure does look amazing. And a happy wife is a happy home, which means he looks good too. So happy birthday to you. And then also an 11th birthday celebration here for Sanele Ntliziywana. Take a look at this. It was sent by Amanda Geqiwe.
Happy birthday, Sanele. Happy birthday, Sanele. Happy birthday.
Love it.
Happy birthday to all of you guys. Beautiful, beautiful videos. Happy birthday, Sanele.
Absolutely. And the next one reads, happy birthday to my amazing hubby Basil, who never ceases to amaze me. There is no one I would spend the rest of my life with other than you. Thank you for being such a loving, caring, thoughtful person. Have a great birthday, and always remember, for as long as I am in your life, you will never walk alone. I see what you did there. Love you lots. From Valerie, I'm sure he's a Liverpool supporter. That's what it meant, Tabi. So just to let you know.
Yes,
okay?
I know. I know the reference.
Okay, just letting you know. Okay, the next one reads, I wish my great-grandfather Tata a happy birthday. May you be blessed with many more years to come, and lots of love from Movika for you, Tata.
Happy birthday, Tata. Then Chanel, it's your 13th birthday today. Happy birthday to my beautiful daughter, Chanel. Keep being as bright as your smile and as lovely as you are. Lots of love from your mum, Roslyn and Ricardo, and your sisters, Chandra and Saskia. Happy birthday. And then it's Robert's birthday as well, the warmest 58th birthday wishes to my favorite uncle, Robert. May you be blessed today, and may your big day be simply amazing. Happy birthday. Oh, Buddha. This is from your niece, Kadeen.
Super sweet. And then wishing our mother Sabrina a very happy 40th birthday. We love you so much, and this comes from Duncan, Jade, Liam and Kyla on your special day today. And then the next one reads, happy 11th birthday, Layla. Thank you for being the best version of yourself every single day. I'm so proud of the young lady that you are flourishing into. I hope that you pursue all your dreams and thrive at it. Love, your #1 cheerleader, Mom. How special.
Oh, stunning. Special, special birthday celebrations if it is your birthday. Happy birthday from us. But of course, if you've got a loved one celebrating their birthday, or if you have your birthday coming up soon, we want to see a video. Sing us a song. Sing them a song. Send it to us on WhatsApp 071-640-6551. Of course, you can also email your birthday wishes to birthdays@kadova.tv. You know, from celebrating our viewers to celebrating one of our favorite artists. Hey, let's find out how my friend in curry, Majosi, is beating the winter blues.
This is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, on SABC3. Now, as we all know, the South African arts industry has been hit hard by a series of festival and event cancellations as a result of COVID-19. Now, to help out, Game recently launched their Beat the Winter Blues Virtual Music Festival, a platform aimed to inspire and support South African musicians over this very difficult time. And one of its featured performers, proudly South African musician Majosi, joins us to chat more about his involvement and uplifting perspective on the world around him as well. Majosi, it's so good to have you with us. How are you, my brother?
Hey, I'm good, man. It's good to see your face. I miss you. I miss being in the studio, but I'm glad I get to see you like this.
We miss you too, and hopefully once we've unlocked, you'll join us back here in studio. But we want to talk about the streaming platforms currently. How are online streaming platforms like Games Beat the Winter Blues Virtual Music Festival helping to keep the live music industry alive, particularly during this time?
Well, it's really cool, you know, technology has advanced so far that we can do these things, you know, and like you guys said earlier, we can't play live in front of people anymore in the physical realm. So it's nice to be able to play virtually because we love doing this, you know, we love playing for people, we love creating music, and it's just nice to have another avenue that we can show people and share our music with people.
Now, outside of the obvious financial benefit that you'll be receiving from being part of this campaign, why is a platform like this so special to you as an artist, especially in a moment like this where you have the need to express yourself artistically?
We're all suffering in a way, or we're all dealing with something at the moment, you know. This is something new, this is something strange, it's something super difficult for people. So it's been challenging at times, but it's also been encouraging seeing how people come together and help feed other people, and I've just been trying to listen to that, and hopefully down the line I'll create something that people will understand and identify with, because we've all been dealing with the same thing, you know.
That's absolutely true. And also on that note, I mean, your songs are so sincere and you are known to craft very heartfelt lyrics that portray your uplifting perspective on the world. How has our current circumstances affected your music making process and experience of it?
Yeah, well, now it's difficult. You can't really get into studios and things like that, but I'm lucky enough to have like a small setup at home. And I've taken a lot of time just to reflect, like I said earlier, and just kind of listen to people and hear what's going on in people's hearts. So I haven't done too much writing, but I'm just listening, trying to get the ideas, and hopefully soon the ideas will get out there.
Let's talk about your performance on the Beat the Winter Blues Music Festival. That's going to be, of course, the online stream platform. What can fans expect to see and hear from you?
Well, I mean, I'm just looking forward to playing again for people. It's going to be fun, and it's always a different experience seeing something on a live stream, and I've been doing them for a while, so hopefully you see something special. They've got a cool setup that they're going to bring to my place, and I'm excited. You're going to hear all my personal favorite songs of mine, and hopefully personal favorites of yours.
It sounds really exciting, and trust me when I say I can't wait to experience that with you. Before we let you go, Majosi, we want to know, how exactly will you be beating the winter blues this season with your loved ones?
Yo, pull up the hot water bottle, get some hot water, get some nice cocoa, some nice coffee. That's how I'm going to do it. And some good music, man. Yeah, some good music.
Listen, we're also in a very important month, the month of June, Youth Month in South Africa, Majosi. What message do you have for young people out there, you know, who find themselves struggling with a great many challenges that we are having to live through right now? What message do you have for the youth?
Yeah, man, just want to say to them, hang in there, you know, you're still loved. There's still light at the end of the tunnel. There's still hope. Keep going. Be kind to people, even when you feel like the world isn't being kind to you. Be kind to others. And yeah, we will get through this. And then to the other people that are a bit stronger, that are in a better situation, take care of those people who are around you. Go out, search for people who are in need, because this is the time that we can help, and there's such a need for people. And that's the beautiful thing about this moment now. There's so many people wanting to help. You know, we're very united at the moment, and I just pray that continues.
Truly, man. Majosi, thank you so much for joining us this morning. You are incredible. Make sure you stream Majosi's performance this evening at 7 p.m. on the Game Facebook page. Majosi, we'll see you tonight, okay? Have a fantastic morning further.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you, guys.
And if you, of course, are starting to feel the winter blues this winter, then it's time to warm up, because we want to know exactly what you would buy from Game to beat the winter blues this season. So share your thoughts with us on our Facebook post. And, of course, remember to use the hashtag GodGame and hashtag winterblues to stand a chance to win a 1,000 Rand Game Stores voucher. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com, and this particular competition runs until the 19th of June.
And remember, Game Stores opening hours are Monday to Friday from 9 to 6, Saturday from 9 to 5, and Sunday and public holidays from 9 to 4.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it. It is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso. We're live on SABC3 on this beautiful Friday. Now, we know that this is all about fathers this weekend, and the Dad's Day countdown is on as we are sleeps away from celebrating our fathers and our father figures. And this year, Dad will be celebrating indoors. But of course, you know, it's up to us to make sure that he stays warm and that he is doing so in style. And so to help us do that, Knox Mafu, lifestyle content specialist, joins us live to give us a breakdown of what every dad must have for winter. You need to listen carefully. Knox, good morning. So good to see you.
Good morning. Good to see you too.
Good to have you here. It's been a while. But of course, you come bearing some inspiration in the form of fashion and style advice in terms of what we can get our dads this weekend.
Exactly. I mean, I know a lot of us need to do last-minute shopping because, you know, you forget that it's Father's Day, but I've got you covered because Woolworths truly has a beautiful range for us to work with, and with so many discounts, I think we're going to have a very good time this Father's Day.
I love it. I love it. Okay, cool. Let's talk about the fact that we currently are in lockdown, and we can't avoid that. That means dads are spending a lot of time sleeping in, but also spending a lot of time on the couch, catching up on TV, being around the house.
Yes.
Indoors, what sort of style staples have you got for that?
Sure. I think, you know, obviously because we're spending so much time indoors, you're probably going to find that sleepwear is king in your wardrobe at the moment.
Yeah.
So, of course, cozy items are super important, and I'm really loving the kind of gowns that are available and the sleepwear that's available. All very minimal and really modern styles that are available. I mean, the material on this gown is just lush and really will snug you up.
Yeah.
And I think it's a really, really great staple and a great package that you can give your dad in this weekend.
You can never go wrong with something like that because it's so comforting.
100%.
You know what I mean? You forget
100%.
what time of the day it is when you're in a gown like that,
Exactly.
I can imagine.
And I mean, if you're spending time indoors, because we are in lockdown and we have to keep people indoors, this is a wonderful way to do it. You can pair it with slippers that are just absolutely comfy. I mean, they come in a range of styles. So if you want a kind of shoe that's going to be like all snug and give you a hug from the feet, then that's available too. But I mean, there's a beautiful range, lots of styles and a range of colors.
I love that. Okay, so we also know that a lot of people are working from home, and that means lots and lots of video call meetings, those Zoom meetings, those Skype calls. There's lots of that happening. Styling while you're at home and you're not going out to the office can be a bit tricky. What advice do you have for Zoom meetings, but also something that you can wear to step out the house?
Well, I mean, it is getting colder, you know, so obviously, you know, you're going to change up your work from home work outfits. And I think this is where knits are the star in every situation, because you can go from kind of a zip down where you can put your shirt in or put it with a tie. So if you look over here, there's a beautiful design over there with, you know, the zip that's available. You can put that kind of corduroy shirt underneath it, playing with textures. But the knits are really an easy way that you can kind of look professional, keep warm, and also style it up or down depending on the look.
They have such great versatility, I must say, because this on a Zoom call seems professional enough, but of course is not overdressed for when you step out to go do your Woolies grocery shopping.
Exactly, and I mean, there's so many to pick from. I think the different styles, whether it's a woolen one or more crew neck kind of simple material, there's a range to go from. And I couldn't believe how much I could get for that with that 40% discount. So at the moment, Woolworths is running this 40% on men's accessories and fashion, and I just couldn't believe how much you could get. So really a range of styles, beautiful colors also, so your greens, your kind of orange, burnt oranges, and obviously your tans are exceptional in this range.
Knox, 40% is a big discount.
It's not a joke.
It's a big discount.
It's not a joke.
But of course, there's lots of trends and style inspiration to find out there. What are some of the big trends that you can sort of highlight for us?
All right. So I think, you know, when dressing for winter, it becomes difficult. You kind of can find yourself wearing the same thing. But this is where layering really is the star.
Oh, my favorite thing.
So layering, you can really use every facet of your wardrobe. I mean, I've even styled something. We've got a model here who's taken on some of my looks here today. I've taken a few knits. And what I've done is I've made sure that we layer them with kind of a bomber jacket. You know, the color palette is all one and the same. I think this is a wonderful opportunity to add accessories. So even if you wanted to step it up with a coat, you can definitely do so.
This is
But
perfect.
I mean, the joy of winter wear is that you can really wear things that are staple. You can wear them in different ways and also keep warm while doing so.
I think you can be very expressive as well. I mean, you can see our model is really working the scarf. It's all about just styling that to express 100%. Your attitude and your energy on that particular day. This looks amazing. I can see Dad's style just leveling up.
And I think it's for every kind of age group. Every kind of man can really look good. The minimalist design is really there, and it tapers so well on the leg. So I think, you know, if you're trying to style it up, you're trying to zhuzh it up, my best advice is to take your staples and find a way to integrate them. Play with colors, play with textures. And I think we've done so in a really great way in this look.
Best accessories to go with this sort of look, or any look?
Any look. I mean, you can see our model here had a scarf, but I mean, if it's really cold, and I know men and their heads can get a bit cold, I think beanies are really like amazing and a great accessory, very quick to get through. And of course, socks, something that gives you a bit of a personality here. There's a beautiful range here. You can buy 2 for 3. You know, there's so many examples here of how you can really dress to impress and have a pop of personality in it.
I love that.
Socks, accessories in terms of beanies is a good way to go.
Yeah, and the beanies, I like the vast range of colors that Woolies have stocked in for the season. It's so beautiful. It's so trendy. Knox, you really are a gem when it comes to this sort of thing. I mean, we can't do it without you. We simply cannot do it without you. Thank you so much for this.
Of course.
This is fantastic. Well, make sure that you layer up this winter with Woolworths' amazing winter collection made up from knitwear, coats, bomber jackets, and of course all those yum winter accessories. You're going to love them. But of course, if you want to spoil your dad with some of these items for Father's Day, this is perfect. Remember, you will get 40% off on all men's fashion, footwear, and accessories. It's big, and this offer is available in store, online, and of course, you can download the Woolworths app and shop there as well. Happy shopping.
For all the bad jokes, big hugs, and times he's made you smile, get him a little something to say thanks.
It feels so good to have Knox back in studio to give us some fashion inspiration, especially for Father's Day this winter. So I hope that you have been taking down some notes. But also something else that Woolies, you know, is doing that is incredible, especially during this time of winter season where there are so many people without food on the table who are walking around hungry in this cold weather. Woolies have made a plan to actually help by distributing food care packages to family in need. Now, each bag is filled with a balance of protein, fresh fruit, vegetables, and other staples, as well as hygiene products to help curb the spread of COVID-19. Now, for as little as 10 rand, guys, 10 rands, you can provide one person with 3 meals for a day. That is big, if you ask me. Just scan the QR code. It's very simple on screen right now using SnapScan or your banking app on your phone, and donate what you can towards filling a bag. Any donation will help make a big difference. Remember to encourage your friends, your families, your chomies, as Jamie said, your neighbors, colleagues, and chat groups to do the same. Now,
can I just say, I think we're like 930,000 right now.
Close to 1 million, basically.
South Africa, can we make 1 million happen next week?
By Monday,
right? If by Monday, yes. But like next week, it must happen.
Yeah.
Can we push, challenge the Chomi, challenge everyone? 1 million. 1 million next week.
10 rand, one person, 3 meals. Big.
Wow.
Okay, cool.
Or we could just ask the Bisa to make another one of his transactions.
5,000 like, rand transaction.
Wow.
Uncle Temzi, bless her.
Okay. So we're making a showstopper right now.
Yes.
So we made the starters earlier with that tomato tart. Now we're going to make the ultimate Daddy's Day leg of lamb. But I mean, to be honest with you, it's going to please anyone, anytime.
Including myself, sir.
Yeah, I mean, have a Cook-Lay Appreciation Day and make this for yourself, for sure. Okay. So
but what is special about this? Because I'm seeing shawarma, but no shawarma.
Well, it's going to be all the spices that we're using to actually cook this beautiful lamb. And we did a lamb a few weeks ago, the beautiful with all the fresh herbs. Now we're going to go to the other side. We're going to use spices to season our lamb. So it's really simple. We're going to do a different method now. We're going to pierce the skin into the flesh of our lamb. And then we're going to take some garlic and we're just going to stud it in there. We'll get maybe
a whole clove of
Well, these are really big. So maybe just like cut them in a little bit and then just stick it in there. And this is kind of it's going to steam in the meat while it's busy cooking, and it's going to permeate, get garlic flavor all into that lamb. So keep on doing that, get all of that in there. Take a bit of rosemary as well. If you've got some rosemary, stick that in there. So that's also going to flavor.
Chef Clem, I love you so much. You are running right now because I know that lamb can be very intimidating for a lot of people, especially if they try doing it for the first time, you know. So you're saying now the first step is by cutting through the lamb. Then you stick it in
that's not the first step.
Okay, what is the first
When you start working, the whole thing is to understand that this takes time, okay? It's going to take a long time. So the first step is, take it out the fridge, and take it out the fridge, start piercing it, and then start adding your garlic and your rosemary.
Okay.
Step 1.
Yes.
Step 2 is season, okay? So salt, Even though we're gonna add our spice, get some salt in there.
Okay, so don't be too scared with the
salt.
salt.
Oh no, it's a big piece of meat. And you wanna try and get the seasoning all the way through. So then you're gonna go with a little bit of olive oil. This is like that. Perfect, okay? Now we're gonna build our spice rub. This can chill like that in your fridge. The longer this can chill in your fridge and just relax, the more flavor it's gonna take in. Let's talk about that spice rub. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Don't be intimidated by spices.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
I think you be creative, try spices, play around with it, see what works for you. There's no thing, if it's a shawarma, you have to make a shawarma spice mix.
Yeah.
Make what you're comfortable with, what you like. If you like salt and pepper, that's it. And it can go to the oven. Okay. So, olive oil goes in here. My favorite spice in the whole entire world. I'm gonna give you this one to smell. You can take the lid off. Before you do, before you smell it, I want you to, don't smell. Think about those 50-cent packet of chips, the tomato flavor. Smell it.
For real?
It's
amazing. The ones that leave your
fingers red. It's called sumac. And I mean, it's such a beautiful spice. Sumac. I mean, it's purpley pink. And sorry, purpley pink and red. I mean, how amazing is that? So that's going in there. I love this. I love it, love it, love it. Black pepper going in.
Of course, pepper.
Cumin going in. Coriander going in. A bit of turmeric going in. There we go. Fennel seeds going in. Chili, a little bit.
Just
a little bit.
No,
I mean,
all of it.
I mean, I would go lots more.
I know you.
I love chili.
I know you and chili. You are not scared. And Kat is currently giving us the side eye, just checking, Mana, how much chili we're putting in this lamb.
Okay. Then I went in with, last thing was some paprika. Cool. Give it a good mix.
Mix, mix, mix.
And you're gonna make this beautiful like spice rub. This will work good on, name some meats for me.
Ingugu, chicken.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Beef? Yes, absolutely. Lamb? Okay.
Lamb.
You kind of mentioned like most of it.
We're making it now.
It would even work on pork, to be honest with you. It works so well.
Oh, it works on different kinds of meat. Oh, that's fantastic then. I mean, I know if you, like me, are intimidated by making such a big piece of meat, don't worry, because number one, you can play this, segment back on our YouTube channel, and you can also get your hands on this recipe from taste.co.za.
For real. I get people every week still commenting and sending me messages about the first leg of lamb that we made to get like a detail of how to like, my lamb's in the oven right now. Am I doing things right? And I love that. And at the end of the day, what we want is people to actually go out to the stores, go to Woolies, get the ingredients, go back home and make it.
Yes.
So for me, I get so excited when I get those messages like, am I doing it right? Yeah,
and
I think it's
like,
so amazing.
Yes,
It's like, it's okay, calm down. We got this, okay? Yes, I love it. It's amazing. Okay, so now this is gonna chill in the fridge for about, I mean, we can do overnight, amazing. But if you only have an hour, I understand.
That also works.
Then you take some stock, put it in the bottom of your dish. And this is just chicken stock, actually. You don't need to be like fancy, you're going to make a lamb stock. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine. Beef stock, chicken stock, totally fine. Tin tomatoes going in. And Woolies love you so much, they put a ring on it.
Yeah, Bona, you don't have to, if you can't find your tin opener, putting in a
This is 2019. This is 2019.
So 2019.
This is 2020. This is 2020, and that's what you need to be doing. So, in you go with your tomatoes. And what's gonna happen is as that lamb cooks, the stock and the tomatoes are gonna cook down, it's gonna intensify in flavor. A little bit of seasoning goes in there, extra salt because we added some stuff in there, Is that all cool? What are we missing? In the last, it's gonna cook for about 2 hours.
Okay.
In the last half an hour, you add olives. This is gonna add a whole nother flavor to it, but you don't wanna do it from the beginning, okay? Last half an hour. I know what, South Africa, Kukli is not a big olive fan, which is fine, so she can decide whether she wants to add it or not. That's what I love about the recipes. You can make it your own.
Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. Then,
okay,
we're serving this with some beautiful yogurt and some brinjals. Brinjals, these guys, and it's the baby ones.
Okay.
Okay, I just pan fried these. You can roast them in the oven as well with your yogurt, with some flatbread. You kind of get in it. Slice a few pieces, you tear your flatbread, you put everything in there. It's like food you get involved with.
Yeah.
You get your hands in there. And that's what I absolutely love.
It's all love. It's all love. If you can eat with your hands, it is made with love. Thank you so much, Chef Clem, for putting us on. Get your hands on this recipe from taste.co.za. I can't wait to dig in. Actually. Give me a knife.
Thank you, thank you.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Hey, welcome back to it. It's a Friday morning. We're live, large and in charge on your feel-good breakfast show, and always so good to be in your company. Now, listen, for the past, for our 24-hour dipping challenge with Omar Rusks this week, we asked you to send us photos of you doing a midnight dip, and you guys delivered, man, oh man.
Of course you did. We have received so many funny photos, and we want to thank everyone for going the extra mile, man. We have seen all the photos, okay, and it was so hard to narrow it down to just 3 winners. But without further ado, everybody, here they are.
Cue the drum roll. Our first winner is a student by the name of Tubby. So now he sent us this photo of him with a pen in one hand and a rusk in the other, and had this to say: Omar rusks are a good thing to snack on while cross-nighting for my accounting tests, and they are the best reward if the totals balance. I love that. I love that. Tabiso Nyatigazi over there. So congratulations to you, Tabiso. We love your dedication to your studying as well as your Omar Rusks. And for that, you are our first winner to make it onto our wall this week. Congratulations once more.
Definitely deserve it. Now, our next photo was just hilarious. Congratulations to our second winner, Yvette Hamilton, who sent us this photo and said, I am the sneaky dipper, sneaking around in the dark using the fridge light to see what I am doing. Listen, Yvette, no judgment this side, okay? We've all been there. So for that, you are the second winner to make it onto our leaderboard. Congratulations.
Listen, can you imagine going to the fridge at night to go and get your snack, and there's Yvette with that mask? Just your soul leaving your body.
I would have dropped dead on the floor.
Here. All right, now this last photo and caption just hit us in the right feels. This is from Pumzi Mankabashe, who shared her midnight dip photo and says, hugging is a thing of the past, but not with Omar Rusks. There's a cold front in the middle of the night, but fortunately, I get the warmest hug from my tea and rusks. For me, you're so right. Omar Rusks are the ultimate comfort. And as an extra hug just from us, you are the third winner, making it onto our leaderboard today. Congratulations to you, Pumi! Yeah.
Congratulations to our 3 winners this morning, Utabiso, Yvette, and Pumi. You each win a Smeg kettle and an Omar Rust hamper worth 2,500 rands. What?
I love how you sounded surprised there. Smeg kettle.
A Smeg kettle. You know, people with Smeg items in their homes, when they take pictures, the Smeg must always feature. It must always feature. So you must also take pictures of your Smeg kettle and tag us.
With the Omar Rusks there at the back.
There at the background. Now, to everyone else who have entered, don't put your rusts away just yet. There are more hours in the day and more chances for you to win in our 24-hour dipping challenge with Omar Rusks. Now, join us on Monday to find out, what our new dipping time and prize is. But right now, Josie is standing by to play a round of 5 seconds against Uncle Tabsy. Who do you think is going to win?
Mama Josie.
Oh, just when you thought nothing could beat a fresh cup of coffee and an Omar Rusk, but Josie calls you and says he wants to play a fun game. But Josie, thank you so much for sticking around. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. I'm warm in my jacket. I'm doing good.
Fun and games this morning. Hey, my Josie, challenge accepted. It's on, my Josie.
Okay, listen, so we have a quick thinking game of 5 seconds that we want to play with you, of course. You're going to be versing Tabisa over here, and here are the rules. It's quite simple. I've got a list of fun questions, and you have 5 seconds to answer each question with 3 answers. Now, if you answer everything in time, I will personally send you a box, the new peanut butter Omar Rusk. Okay, deal? Is that a deal?
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay, Majosi, we're going to start with you. Name 3 instruments you can't play.
Okay. The violin, the trumpet, and the oboe.
Look at you. Good job. I was a bit worried there for a second because it took a bit longer than anticipated, but not to worry. Okay, Tabiso, you ready?
I am ready.
Name 3 instruments that you blow.
A trumpet, a flute, a whistle.
Good job. Look at you. Yeah. Now, Josie, on to you. Name 3 male musicians who go by one name.
Prince, Sting. Oh my gosh.
Sorry, not in. Oh my gosh, is not an answer. I'm so sorry for that. Tabiso.
Yes.
Name 3 reasons to dance.
For protesting, celebrating, just because you're happy.
Just in time, just because you're happy. I love that. Majosi, on to you. Name 3 of your best qualities.
I'm kind, loving, and caring.
Just in time. Why didn't you say you got a gorgeous smile as well? Because that is also one of your good qualities.
Okay, stop flirting, Jamie, please.
Okay. Tabiso, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Name 3 things that makes a bad first impression.
Picking your nose, cussing, forgetting people's names.
That is true. Got it.
Yeah.
It is in. Okay, Majosi, are you ready? Here we go.
I'm ready.
Name 3 hot drinks with milk.
Coffee, tea, hot chocolate.
Yes! Oh, even beating the clock there. There's still 2 seconds out there, but you're doing the thing. Okay, next one. Name 3 things that are hot, Tabiso.
Cappuccino, soup, and me, of course.
Wow. Wow. Can we get some water up in your maybe fire extinguisher? Because you are just doing the most. Majosi, on to you. What are 3 nice things to say to your Oma?
I love you. I'll take care of you. Can I please have an Omar Rusk?
Oh, that definitely works. That definitely works. Tabiso.
Yes.
For you, name 3 places you can dip a rusk.
Tea, coffee, hot chocolate. Oh, places?
Wow. If you don't listen, you will
Places.
forfeit. I'm so sorry.
Are you going
That
to
is not
ask
with you.
that question again?
I will
Come
not
on,
ask
Jamie.
it again,
Oh,
Majosi.
come
I am
on.
in favor of you.
Oh,
So we are going to do
no.
one more for you, Majosi. No pressure for you, okay? No pressure. Here we go. Name 3 ways to impress a girl.
Oh, he's done this before.
Give her an Omar Rusk, make her coffee, and hold her tight.
Majosi.
Right over there. It
Always
works.
walking around
Just-
carrying
just
rusks
that
to
smile
hand
again.
out to girls.
Okay, Tabiso. Tabiso.
No.
Be serious now,
Okay,
man.
cool. I'm
Be serious, okay?
Okay.
This is easy for you.
Okay.
Name 3 ways to irritate a girl.
Forget her name or call her by the wrong name, another girl's name.
Your time is up. You lose. You could have just said, and me again. Majosi, without a fail, you are the winner. Oh, everybody give him a round of applause.
Well, it's safe to say that Majosi's definitely better at girls and interacting with girls and girl relations than I am. Sucks, but it's a
Majosi,
fact.
before
Katie.
you do go, when is your absolute best time to enjoy an Omar Rusk in the day?
2 times, in the morning, and then in the evening, you know, as a little treat for myself to say, well done, we're getting through the day.
I love it every single day. But thank you so much for being a great sport. And I am personally sending you that peanut butter flavor of Omar Rusk, okay?
I'll send my address later.
With Omar Rusks, it's always dipping time. From the first thing in the morning right through to that midnight snack in bed. What is your favorite dipping time?
Acheng? So I'm chatting to Umalume Musa here. He's owned a small clothing factory for years now, and he's always inspired me with his success. But like a lot of businesses, this lockdown's hit him hard. So he spoke to his banker, and they've put together a tailor-made relief solution for him to help his business and his people get through this. Making your bank your business partner, that's a habit worth keeping.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
You're still keeping it locked right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Now, when I say better men raise better kids, that's the slogan for content creator Khabo Lerora's podcast series, Son of a Son. Now, a podcast series that sees Khabo, a father of four, talking to well-known men in the entertainment industry about how the relationship with their fathers molded them and influenced their relationships with their children. Now, these are personal conversations around fatherhood, exploring the negative but mostly positive impact our fathers can have on our lives. Now, Khabo joins us to tell us more about this series. Happy Father's Day.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys.
Now, you're a father of four. You've got 3 girls and 1 boy. How has family been for you? I mean, did you always want to be a dad of such a big family?
Well, my wife has always wanted a soccer squad. I was just like, you know what, I can meet you halfway maybe. so that's why we. But yeah, it's been quite a ride, bro. I can't say that I knew it was gonna play out like this, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Kids are amazing. Wife is amazing. Yeah. So yeah, it's been quite a ride.
Now, you have this bold saying that encapsulates the message of your podcast series, Better Men Raise Better Kids. I mean, how did that realization come about for you personally that, you know, better men raise better kids?
Look, I think there was a point where I think I was in varsity and I remember someone saying something around the fact that, you know, our dads raised us based on what they experienced. And I think for a large part of our society, our dads don't have dads or dads are absent. And so I've seen that for me with having men around me that were able to kind of like speak into my life and help me out and figure things out, I was slightly at a better advantage than probably what my dad was. And in that, my kids will benefit from that to some degree. So, and that's the phrase that better men will raise better kids, because we can't expect in society for just someone to wake up and be perfect. You kind of have to have that be instilled in you by someone.
So now to the podcast, Son of a Son. How did the inspiration to create this platform to share your beliefs on the importance of good male parenting through conversations with well-known men come about? And what made you believe that other men could in actual fact benefit from hearing these personal conversations?
I still don't know why, but the topic of fatherhood appealed to me, I think, at an early stage, because I was always like, something isn't completely right in my own relationship with my dad. And I wanted to figure things out because I really did want to have a really great relationship with him. It's much better now. But having realized that, I was just like, hey, I couldn't find platforms in South Africa that spoke to that. So especially for people my age, young people, whatever, starting out, whatever the case is. And I was like, I'm going to start it myself.
The importance of men standing up to protect women. It's an important view now more than ever, especially in the midst of widespread gender-based violence that we're seeing in our country, you know, very, very recent in our memory. So what message do you have to share about that?
If the people that are initiating these things, the men in our society, are the people that are the instigators of all of this, where are they? And if they are in homes, they are in communities, right? That's where the work needs to start, in the home. The work needs to start in our homes, in our relationships, where we are not having just conversations, but we're actioning certain things. I think that it goes as far as, do we have people that are going into high schools and primary schools that are educating kids on how to interact with each other? Do we have psychologists that are available to people that look as though they are struggling with certain things? I've been always thinking about, one of my friends was like, it's one thing to, and excuse me if this sounds very graphic, is that it's one thing if you're killing someone, it's another thing to mutilate them and leave them hanging on a tree. And for, you know, that really is something that is just really psychologically, there's something wrong. So I think that the conversation is important, and I guess that's why I have the platform, my podcast, but it has to move past this point where we need to action certain things. We need to keep our government accountable to changing certain laws. We need to keep the police in check about, how often are they checking into the communities about certain things. And I think the NGOs that are involved with doing the work and speaking to men in varsities, in communities, those are the heroes. Those are the heroes. And that's my message. My message is that we need to move into action, and the conversation should still happen, but we need to do something now.
Yeah.
I think we salute you for just using your platform and your voice to create awareness around this, and so that people feels uncomfortable in this conversation, because this conversation needs to be, heard, and people need to start saying and speaking about this. But also at the end of your podcast, you've asked your guests what they think makes a better man. And now we're asking you, what do you think makes a better man that in turn can raise a better child?
To be better, you need to be sharpened. Iron sharpens iron. I think that avail yourself to be corrected. Open up yourself to changing. Open up yourself to understand that you don't know everything. Put your pride aside. I've said that in a few episodes, that as men, we need to learn how to keep our pride outside of the conversations, outside of certain things, because it really just, it hampers a lot of progress in you as a person to grow. And it really can solve a lot of things in how we communicate in our relationships and carry ourselves. That's a big thing for me. Just leave pride out.
Yeah. Well, Kabo, my man, thanks so much for taking the time to chat to us. I think what you're doing is absolutely incredible in using your platform, your links to those that are seen in the public eye to bring out a conversation that is so necessary. At the end of the day, when you think about being a parent, from a personal point of view, your children deserve to have good parenting. They didn't ask to be brought into this world. You brought them into this world, and you owe them that. And I think you, through doing what you're doing, you're holding everyone, not just fathers, but everyone accountable. So consider me subscribed to your new podcast, Son of a Son. I will be listening from the beginning all the way through, and I'll be catching up every week. Thanks, Kabo. So I think, get involved, guys. Check out the podcast. It is available on all reliable podcast platforms. It's called Son of a Son with Kabo Lehora. And let's get this conversation going. Let's, especially among ourselves as men, and talk about what we can do to make South Africa a safer place for women and children.
It's a special weekend. It's Father's Day on Sunday, and on our social media platforms, we were asking you, what are some of the, valuable life lessons that you've learned from your father or from a father figure? And we have received quite a number of responses, such as the first one from Elna. She says, hard work never killed anyone, and Rome wasn't built in a day because daddy wasn't the foreman. Thank you so much, Elna, for those words of wisdom. This one comes from Patricia. She says, respect your elders, practice neatness and perseverance in everything that comes my way. Rest well, Papa. Well, I hope, Patricia, that he is well rested. Please keep the conversation going, keep it flowing on our social media platforms using the hashtag Expresso Show. What life lessons have you learned from your father figure? Let us know.
Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA. Made with love by Clover.
Well, it's time for some more kitchen inspiration here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, ahead of Father's Day. Now, this guy that's going to be inspiring us in the kitchen right now, he is the host with the most, a 2-time SAFTA winner and a singing sensation. Yeah. And he's also a dad. And as we celebrate all things inspired by Father's Day, one of our very own shares a special recipe that he cooks for his family. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Katleho Mabue.
I feel like I should be like, ready for it, ready
your
for
dad
it.
boxing shorts, and they've got like a belt that says dad.
champion.
Eh?
No,
Kat, this. I first said gumbo, and you were like, no, it's not gumbo.
It's gumbo.
It's gumbo.
Gumbo, you gotta
What
get
is
it
gumbo?
right, man. So a traditionally American dish, and for me, it kind of dates back to the days I used to watch like Western movies, and then like these cowboys would walk into like a saloon and order this stewy kind of dish that they just eat like they were famished, hungry for days. And I always used to think, man, that must be the most delicious thing ever. And so when it was my birthday last year, a friend of mine actually gave me a cookbook by Jamie Oliver, and one of the recipes in there was a vegetarian gumbo.
Okay.
And so I took inspiration from that, and of course, you know, I love my chicken. And I made this for Monique and Phoenix, and they loved it so much. And during the lockdown, that's one of the things I discovered as well. I really enjoy cooking. I'm a slow cooker, but I enjoy
when
cooking
you get into it
for the family. And at the end, when they eat the food and the reaction you get from people going, oh, this is like, it's nurturing my soul. It's this soul food kind of thing. Reminds you of when you have to go like for Sunday lunch at grandma's house, and then there's this spread on the table, and one of those dishes is like a gumbo. You gotta dish it up over the rice.
So satisfying. But I mean, I'm looking at your spread of ingredients, and it's just bursting with color and definitely, without a doubt, flavor as well. Take us through it.
Absolutely. So thanks very much to Nicole and the team for preparing all of the ingredients beautifully. It helps when you have a kitchen theory.
Yes,
so your mise en place is done. So
Do you sometimes ask Phoenix to just get you ingredients? Just like,
Phoenix,
onions!
He's actually like, Papa up, and then he wants to like see what we're doing when we're busy in the kitchen. So you would have browned off your chicken a little bit, so skin side first, and just get that nice golden color about it, because at the end you're going to add it back, and it's going to have some time to cook with the last ingredient, which is going to be our butternut, or you can use potatoes as well as if you like. But after you've done that, so you've got your pan or your pot that you would have cooked your chicken, and you're going to go ahead and add.
What's in it right now?
So right now, nothing. It's just literally the residual oil from the chicken itself.
Okay, cool. All right.
And then you're going to add some bacon, and already things are cooking. They are cooking. And
sizzle.
So you're going to get those to brown off nicely. And what I like about this dish is that it requires you almost to kind of, you got to stand by your pot and always show it love, always show it attention. Hopefully what the fathers are out there are doing, you know, showing love and attention. And always being there. You've always got to be there.
Like a father should.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Like a father should.
That's what I'm talking about. Garlic, of course, the ingredient that for me kind of symbolizes and signifies cooking. When you walk into anybody's kitchen and it smells like garlic, you're always like, nah, this person can cook. They know what they're doing.
You know it's about to go down when you start smelling the garlic as you step into the house.
Can you smell it already? I'm not sure if you can get a bit of a whiff of that.
Almost.
We've got some fresh bay leaves.
Now I can.
Some fresh bay leaves and thyme that you're going to add there. For some wonderful bursts of flavor. It's going to clear the space a little bit so that we have...
Are you like a neat chef? Like cleaning up and tidying up as you go along?
I'm definitely not a neat chef. But I try to be, because I don't like the mess to clean up, you know, afterwards. So I try to kind of manage myself. And we're going to add our beautiful clover butter for that extra creamy flavor. Just a little bit of that. Just let your hand guide you a little bit of that. That's gonna enhance the flavor quite a bit. And then you can already hear. And one thing I've learned from Nicole and Clem as well is that you need to, you know, see what you're cooking and listen to it as well. It's already calmed down, so you're already getting into that stewing mode of the gumbo. Now,
true what they say, that cooking is a multi-sensory experience. Then.
Absolutely. We're going to add some celery, beautifully diced over there, and this is where the beautiful pops of color come in.
You have to give it to Nicole for the dicing technique.
Absolutely. Her knife skills are absolutely impressive.
Ninja.
All the colors
Ninja girl.
Of pepper. We've got the red, the yellow, and the green. So those are obviously going to be cooking very quickly. So at this point, you might want to just lower the heat in your pot so that you don't... Because I like my vegetables to be kind of crunchy at the end of the dish as well, so not too soft. But this, I mean, if you're getting a shot of this, I hope the cameras are getting a shot of this. For me, you eat with your eyes and look at that. Why would you not want to eat that? So then you're going to go ahead and add your flour, because now you're going to be creating your roux.
What sort of flour are you using for that? Can you use any flour?
General daily,
it's like,
all-purpose flour.
Okay.
Yeah, you're going to be creating that roux, which is going to give you that thick sauce that you want in that gumbo.
It smells so good.
Right?
It smells so nice.
And along with this, so I mean, obviously this is it's a extended cooking time, but I'm fast-forwarding it for everyone to see it at home. You're going to add some chicken stock as well, very slowly, and allow it to just kind of mix in there. There we go. All right.
I like that you introduced the clover butter into it, because I think that you've got that versatile sort of element of it coming through. That means that when you're cooking, it's not going to be too oily, your meal that you're making there. Do you know what I mean? The texture of it works across different environments and settings, which is really good.
Absolutely. So you let that cook off for a little while, and then at the end, you're going to add your chicken, and then you'll add your butternut, and let that just kind of cook off.
This is what it looks like.
Yeah, absolutely. On a bed of rice, served up, and you don't even need anything extra to it. You just dish it up in beautiful spoon or ladlefuls in there. You want to let that sauce run off the sides, because once you're done eating the vegetables and the meat, you want to take that last little bit of just soso, le rice,
and then
monati toi.
Oh man, this is so good. Inspired by a dad. So go out and maybe be inspired to create this dish for your dad this weekend as we celebrate Father's Day. And show us pictures. Show us pictures of how it's come to life. But of course, if you want the recipe, go on our website, expressoshow.com. We've got the recipe with the ingredients there. Kat, I will be grabbing a fork just now to taste. But thank you so much.
Let's have some gumbo on the weekend.
So good. Let's gumbo it up. Let's gumbo it up.
Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA. Made with love by Clover.
I'm a savage, classy, bougie, ratchet, sassy, moody, nasty, acting stupid. What's happening? What's happening? I'm a savage, classy, bougie, ratchet, sassy, moody, nasty, hacking, stupid. What's happening? What's happening? It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is Expresso here on ABC3. It's a Friday. Thank you so much for choosing to start your day off on the Feel Good side of life. Now, hey, we spent all morning with Majosi, and we catch up with him one last time. Yes, you beat me at that 5-second Oma game, but I still got mad love for you, Majosi. Good morning. How you doing? Again.
I'm back again. It's good to see you again, man.
I can't seem to be able to get rid of you, really, Majosi. You've given us a fun look into your life during lockdown through a series called Lockdown Match. How did you come up with that concept?
Well, to be honest, it was actually my girlfriend that came up with the concept. She was just like, you need more content on Instagram. And she would just film me like every day. And I would try and hide and I'd pull funny faces. And but she just put it in a little folder, a little album, and just put all this stuff in an album. And eventually we had this idea of just doing a narration over the video and kind of making it funny and just being able to spread a little bit of joy during these dark times.
And you know what? If there's one thing people have been hungry for during this entire time, it's the joy. And when people are able to create that for people and give them that experience, I take my hat off to guys like you. Fantastic stuff there. But apart from making music and recovering from mumps, you seem to have picked up some serious skills in the kitchen as well. Such a show off. What have you been creating? What are some of your favorite recipes?
Oh, listen, I'm not an expert. I really just eat for sustenance. I'm not really out here trying to be Gordon Ramsay, but I really do enjoy baking. It's a lot of fun because you get like a nice treat at the end of it. So I've been making cookies and just things like that, you know, just learning, just, yeah. Not really caring too much about how it ends up, just enjoying the process.
Yeah. And you recently recorded a home video for your song, I Rest My Love. So over and above the cooking, you're busy making videos as well and then creating interesting series. Take me through the experience of that video that you obviously created at home.
Oh, well, the video came just from me kind of messing around at home, you know, being stuck and just trying to figure out how to show people that I was still doing things, and I just wanted to try new things, and I wanted to try and edit my own video. So I was like, you know what, I'm here, I've got a couple of lights, I've got my gear, I've got this song. Let's see what I can do in the comfort of my home and not in a studio of some sort. And yeah, I just had a lot of fun and just tried my best to do something creative.
Ah, so awesome, man. Well, look, we certainly can't wait for the lockdown to be over and for you to hit the stages once again, because the thing is, we do miss your presence on there. Please, and also just to come visit us here in studio.
I'm going to come back soon. As soon as I can, I'll be there.
Yeah. Hey, Majosi, I made a really nice curry earlier. Did you see it?
I did see it.
What do you think of the curry?
Coming from Durban, I have high expectations of a curry, my man. High expectations. And as soon as I came to Cape Town, I was like, I don't know, man. The curry's not the same here. It's not the same. So
yeah, but you saw the technique that went into that. It really is special. And hopefully it's inspired so many dads out there for Father's Day this weekend. But hey, always so nice, Majosi, catching up with you. Thank you so much for making the time, yeah?
Thanks, man. Good to see you. Have a good weekend.
Majosi on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Catch up with him on all of his socials and see what he's been up to. Hey, it's time now for the Friday dance.
I'm a savage, classy, bougie, ratchet, sassy, moody, nasty, acting stupid. What was happening? What was happening? I'm a savage, classy, bougie, ratchet, sassy, moody, nasty, hacking stupid. What was happening? What's happening?
How mu feel ya mu pigisa, how mu feel wa rapela. I execute rush, I execute rush, I execute rush, I execute rush. Ata bati wa ikudisa, hai bata wa ikupe.
Friday dance, man.
It's
finally
back.
done. Finally done.
It's back.
All right, listen up. So the cool thing, we're going to be continuing with the Expresso Friday Dance, hashtag Expresso Friday Dance. And for next week's Expresso Friday Dance, 2 songs, which are Control
Malik.
By Malik and
DJ Eddie D.
DJ Eddie D's Why Are You Coming? Why Are You Running? All right, so dance, send us on our Facebook page. We'll feature you. Have a good weekend. Bye.
Expresso Show, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.